Yeah. And it all started Friday night down in Miami with the Orange Bowl in the game between Penn State and Notre Dame. So, Silas, what is your reaction to that game?
You know, Notre Dame really executed really well. They came out, they stopped Penn State on the defensive side of the ball, and they look good on offense for most part, in the second half especially.
For
And I was really
sure.
proud of them. Yeah,
For sure. Absolutely. I think you and I both picked Notre Dame in this game.
yeah, we did. Yeah,
Yeah, we did. I think my biggest question coming into this game about Notre Dame was just would they be able to come from behind? I feel like that's something you and I talked about a lot. That
yeah,
was one question about Notre Dame, and they did. They got down
yeah.
10-0. They made some big halftime adjustments. They found a way to win. I think we've really seen their just will to win in these past couple of games against Penn
Yeah.
State, Georgia, and they won through the air
They did.
this time.
Yeah,
Yeah, they couldn't really run the ball too well, but they still found a way to win. And they just, I think the biggest thing that jumped at me is that they got some playmakers who step up and make plays. Like Riley Leonard did just
yeah.
all game. He's a dog. He's good. I'll say their backup quarterback, whenever he came in
Yes.
right
Yeah,
before halftime, Steve Angeli, he really
yeah.
lit them up, kind of gave them that momentum they needed to get back in the game. So shout out to him. And then their defense coming up clutch. They had that interception at the end of the game,
Yeah.
which was huge. And then their their kicker, man. I mean, kickers don't ever really get enough love, but their guys really
He
good.
deserves the love. Yes.
Yeah, really, absolutely deserves love because that's a really hard job.
Hmm.
I watched Ace Ventura last night, and
Yeah.
basically, the main bad guy in the movie is this
Mhm.
Dolphins kicker that missed the kick in the Super Bowl. Have you ever seen the movie?
Oh, no. I have. Yes.
You
Yes.
have? Okay. Yeah. And so it just shows that kicking is a very high pressure job, and
It
one
is.
kick can really drive you over the deep end. So shout out to Mitch Jeter for being clutch for the Irish
That's right. You
today.
know, Notre Dame, they proved me wrong. Penn State, they stopped the run well, and they still came out and won with the pass game. That really shows that they're a two-dimensional team, and
Yeah.
they have a chance.
For sure. Yeah, they d definitely have a chance. And before we talk about the next game, I just want to talk about Penn State a little bit because they s- they s- they still kind of have that narrative rather that they can't win the big game.
Yeah,
And I mean, they had a whole bunch of chances, but they just couldn't get it done. So I don't know. I still think they got a good team coming back. I think they're going to be pretty good. They'll be back here in the playoffs, but they're kind of taking on that new Notre Dame mentality, like because Notre Dame for the past few years is known for they're a good team, but once they get to the big game, they
that's
just
right.
collapse. Like we saw national championship game against Alabama a while ago. They got to the
Hmm.
playoffs a couple times. They played Clemson, played Alabama. They got smacked in
Yeah.
both of those games. And so Penn State is kind of turning into that team. They can get to the playoff, but they can't really get to the championship. So
Yes. But they made it this year.
they made it this year. Yeah, we
Yep.
did too. They had a really tough road to get here. Had to play Boise State and SMU. So
Oh, yeah, that's a doozy of a schedule. Yeah.
doozy, absolute doozy.